benefits of starting your own business or seeking financial freedom, one of the best benefits of that is basically you will eventually be able to generate money while you're not working. Like we spend about, I would say we would spend, if you're not starting your own business, you spend half your life working. And then our other half is going to be resting once you're finally retired. You know, nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to live like that. If you go and ask your neighbor, or if you go and just ask a random person, hey, do you want to spend half your life working a job? Most likely, their answers are going to be no. Most likely. I'm not going to say 100% of the time because some people just don't mind. Some people generally like working. And you can't blame them. But most people don't want to spend most people do not want to spend their life working. Another benefit of starting your own business is that you will basically be able to create a brand that people will respect. When you're starting your own business, in the beginning, you're not going to reach a lot of people. A lot of people aren't going to notice you. But when you start gaining traction and when you start becoming consistent and when you start putting out products that people are looking forward to, people will respect that. People will like, man, this guy or this woman, they are awesome. This individual is awesome. You know what? I want to do something like that too. What can I do to do what they're doing? When you start doing that, people will notice it. They may not notice it right away, but it will happen. And that's another benefit, because one of the best things that you can do as an entrepreneur or as somebody who is influential to a lot of people, one of the best things you can do is put somebody else in a position to eventually do what you're doing. That is one of the biggest benefits of being in a field that's like this, because you get to inspire people, and even if they're not doing what you're doing, if you just inspire somebody even a little bit to go after their dreams, that's a huge win. Even if it's just a couple people, a handful of people, that's a huge win. One of the best reasons to get into this type of field is because you're putting yourself in a position to potentially help a lot of other people get out of a bad situation. That is a great reason to get into a field like this. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing, because that is literally what my aspiration is. I want to be able to reach and help like over 1 million people. Like, that's my ultimate goal. If I could help 1 million people, I've done my job. If I can help 1 million people, I've done my job. I've done something awesome. Another reason to get into this field is you won't have a boss. You won't have somebody looking over you saying, why aren't you doing this correctly? Why aren't you doing this right? You gotta do this by this time. And if not, you're gonna eventually get fired. Like one of the best reasons to get into this field is that you become your own boss. So you basically have that mindset, or have the skill set to run a entire business. You may not know it because you think that your business or whatever you're doing is small, but once it gains traction, you now have acquired that skill to run an entire business. And a lot of work goes into that. You got to create the content. You got to make sure that content is consistent. You got to make sure that the quality of content that you're putting out is up to standard, to where people, don't mind looking at it. It's a lot of managing that goes into this. You got to edit your videos. If you don't have a team to edit it for you, you got to edit your videos. You got to make sure you're cutting at the right spot so people don't look at you just doing this. You know, like, you gotta edit the videos. You gotta make sure that it's right, and then you gotta market your own brand. So you gotta make sure that that when the time comes, your videos can reach a lot of people. You know, like you gotta control every aspect of the business and make sure that it's getting done correctly. You know, you are your own boss. That is another great reason why you should want to start your own business, because that's a great skill set to have. And then on top of that, you get to eventually meet a lot of people that's in a similar field, or even people that's not in the same field, and then potentially become business partners with some amazing people around the globe. Just another thing, when you create your own business, there is no limit to how many people you can reach. You can reach people in another entire country that's in a whole different time zone. You know, you can reach people that's already in tomorrow. Like the possibilities of creating your own business is endless. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I don't want to keep talking our heads off. I try to keep my videos a little short because I know a lot of people's attention span, a lot of people don't want to sit here for 5, 6, 7 minutes and watch the same video, you know, so I'm gonna keep it short. So I hope everybody's having an amazing weekend. Peace out, and I'm out.